Oh, hi there. My name is Sue Thomas, and this is Levi. He's my hearing dog. What's a hearing dog, you ask? Well, it's kind of like a seeing eye dog, but for deaf people. You see, I am deaf, and Levi is my ears. So kind of like how a seeing eye dog guides a blind person where they need to go. Levi lets me know if someone's at the door, someone is trying to get my attention, or if my phone rings. He is such a good boy, and he does a great job. I became profoundly deaf at 18 months old. The doctors really don't understand what happened to me, just that one day I couldn't hear anymore. My parents got me the very best speech therapist, and after years of working with her, I finally developed my voice, and I learned how to read lips, which is how I'm communicating with you. I'm able to read your lips and then respond to you by speaking. That actually helped me in my future career, but I'll tell you about that later. Being deaf didn't stop me from doing what I loved. At the age of 7, I became the Ohio's youngest state champion freestyle skater in all of skating history. I even went to college. I studied at Springfield College in Springfield, Massachusetts, where I'm from. And I actually graduated with a Bachelor's of Science, and I studied political science and international relations. Remember how I said that being able to read lips helped me in my future career? Well, I had a couple jobs outside of college, but they weren't my favorites. And then later, I found an ad saying that the FBI was wanting to hire deaf people. So I got a job at the FBI working as a fingerprint examiner. It wasn't all what it was cracked up to be at the beginning, and it was quite boring. But the FBI quickly saw value in my deafness and being able to read lips, and they hired me to be an undercover surveillance team. I spent 4 years with the FBI. Some of my tasks were watching old videos and watching the bad guys talk back and forth and being able to tell the FBI what they said and go on undercover operations where we could be sitting across a bad guy in a corner and I would know what he was saying on the phone, but nobody else would, and I would tell the FBI, and we hunt down a lot of bad guys. After I spent some time with the FBI, then I started writing, and I actually wrote my first book. It was my autobiography. I actually titled it Silent Night. If you can believe it, the book actually inspired a TV show about my time with the FBI. And of course, it was more romanticized than it actually was. The girl that played me, Diana Bray, was actually deaf as well. And she actually read lips just like me. They called it Sue Thomas FBI, and I even guest starred in 2 episodes. It was so much fun. The show ended in 2005. Later in my life, I developed multiple sclerosis. Living with MS was one of my greatest challenges. I used to say that fighting was a waste of my precious energy, and only embracing it is where I learned my greatest life lesson. After I was diagnosed with MS, I started writing my second book, which I titled it Staying in the Race, and it was all about my battle with MS, how I learned to deal with it, and some helpful tips on staying encouraged. I passed away December 13th, 2022. I finally met my Lord and Savior face to face. I lived a full and beautiful life.